Hello, my online family. Today, I want to look at something that affects riders of late, um, and it's about the security and the vulnerability of the bikers who are out there. And this also applies to every person who is out there. I want to look at the death of Don. In the second week of November 2022, I was away. But when I came back, I was met with some very disturbing news. Actually, it's something that I'd seen online, and I thought, well, it's just like many other deaths or killings that do once in a while happen in this region. But when I came back and now spoke to actual people who we live with and heard about the death of this young man, he touched me. I said, let me go and see the place where this gentleman was killed at. So I went to the site, the actual place where he was killed. And yeah, when I got there, I was really, really moved. I found the portrait, I found the candles that have been lit, I found some still, glowing because more and more people were still coming in just to light candles and condole with the family. And the site was still having the blood that this young man had shed just a moment before he died. The place was full of, encouragement notes or goodbye notes that were written and on sticky notes and pasted on the board that was there. And it was really, really a sad, sad moment for me. But let me give you a background of what happened. From the grapevine, it is said that this gentleman, Don, had seen his friend off. There's a friend who went to visit him, and so he saw him off back to his house, and he was on his way back to his place. The house where he saw this friend off is not far from the police station that was simply across, right across the road where the house was, less than 30 meters away from this place. On the way back from dropping the friend, when he arrived at some corner, it's never always dark, it's well lit corner, he was attacked and he was hit from the back with such a deep cut that he literally bled to death. It is said that the cut was so deep that it is the esophagus that remained attaching the head to the body. And that was quite a strong hit. Even if it was some object that was sharp, it was really, really, really a hard hit. The amazing thing is that some little notes was heard, but no one took it seriously because it was never loud enough. And that single hit was so harsh that he could not move even 5 meters away from where he was hit. So yeah, that is what is speculated to have happened to Don. So he was hit that hard. Maybe he tried to stumble so that he could go home, but he could not even move for more than 5 meters. So he dropped there and started bleeding. And soon after, there are these commercial bikers, the border people, were the first people to arrive. Maybe one came and saw the body, then turned and came to check out the body well and saw the deep cut. Then the second one, then the third one, and they started just hooting all over and making noise until the whole crowd down just came just to see what had happened to this young man. And that's when the police came in to investigate what had happened. But when they came, it was too late. The young man had died. There's no medical attention that could be given to him to help him or to stabilize him. Now, investigations are still going on about that death. I'm not sure of any conclusion of the same. So at this moment, the investigations are still going on. However, there are speculations from the grapevine that this could have been a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? Because this was a young man, only 21 years or 20 years or thereabouts. He didn't have a lot of money that could make him be a target of anyone. He didn't have any people that he had grudges with. Actually, Don was a very cool and silent guy. And the fact that he was killed just a few meters from his place, barely 200 meters from, actually 150 meters from where he lived, left a lot of questions in the hearts of people who lived around that place. And many speculate that maybe he was just the wrong target that was met with this cruel death, and he was not supposed to be the one. There was understandably some phones missing from his pocket, his phone, or there was no money that was found. It is not yet known whether that is the truth or not. However, many think, being the innocent person that he was, sociable, silent, didn't have any money, no grudges with people, it is speculated that he could have been a mistaken identity. When I went to see this monument where people were, condoling about the whole incident, the first thing that moved me when I saw Don, I saw him holding a helmet, a private biker's helmet that he was holding on the side. This showed me that he was an aspiring rider, or he was just an active rider, private biker. And I do ride a lot. So that made me to break down really, really bad. I felt for this young man, and especially for the family who had lost a very young boy. The second thing that moved me is that the very point where he was killed is right outside the gate of the compound where I used to live just a few months ago. I actually relocated from that compound in August, and or thereabouts. And that is a very sad thing. The third thing is that it was very early in the night, hardly 8 p.m., and he was killed there. This is a place I used to walk to the shop or to get something that I needed from outside, even as late as 9:10. And I looked at this place and said, this could easily be me. This could have easily been me. Now, that is a sad loss to a young biker who was just doing a good thing, just making sure the friend who came to see him went back home safely. Nothing more. Kept me thinking every time I passed by this place, could it be that Don was targeted just because of his biking lifestyle? Could it be that he was targeted because someone thought he had some extra money because of the bike that he rides? It sends shivers and fear down my body when I remember that I also have a bike that stands out among many. Could I be the next target? Could I be targeted by some thugs? So it is not easy, and it is no longer any fun being a biker, especially in some parts of Kenya. Either you're targeted by the rogue government officials, or you're targeted by the thugs just to eliminate you, and thinking that you have a lot of money, they want to take it. Yet biking, just like people enjoying other hobbies like football, like hockey, we also enjoy biking. And we should not be losing our lives because we enjoy a hobby. Investigations are still going on. And we pray that the government will be able to bring this case to a closure and give us the actual story, and possibly have these culprits put behind us. But it is what it is. Some such deaths have been, experienced in Vita a lot. Just less than a week ago or thereabouts, another young man, 30-something years, was found killed just across in Rusinga Island. Just found barely 100 meters from the house. He was also just supposedly killed or murdered. Investigations are still going on. Let me take you back to the time that Don was killed. There was investigations that were launched, but it was not in earnest, because a few days before that, some people walked into a police station in a remote place called Kipasi. That is around 20 kilometers from the town where I am, and just picked some guns, they say around 4 guns, and just walked away with them. So all the police force and the police human resource was mobilized towards making sure those guns were recovered from the thugs. So they were all away mopping up that area. And that slowed down investigations into the death of this person, supposedly. But we pray that this will be brought to a conclusion, and the family of this one Don will be properly compensated in terms of their justice that is served to them. Today, it is 8th December 2022, and the body of Don is being removed as I speak from the mortuary to be taken to his home area in Nyakach to be buried there. That is around 150 kilometers from here. A young man who lost his life, maybe because of mistaken identity, maybe because he was a rider and was targeted. No one knows, but when the investigations are over, we'll come to one of these. But today, I mourn the death of Don as a fellow biker. Sad indeed.